race just before we start giving us the clap.
Is that me clapping myself? Is that right?
Ashley, after a busy couple of days, you're an Everton player. How does that sound?
Sounds really good. I'm delighted to finally be here. Medical went well yesterday. I just wanted to get out on tour, be introduced to the players and the staff.
A player with your impressive CV would have had plenty of options. So what were the key factors behind you choosing Everton?
Obviously, knowing the manager, I know what his passion is like. I know what his desire is like. So he was a key factor. The size of the club is another factor. It's a massive club. I think things haven't gone too well in the last couple of seasons, but the manager's ambition, speaking to him, what he wants to do and change the club around. And obviously the players and the staff, you know what everything is like around here. They've got fantastic players, as well as the fan. The fan base is, you know, one of the best. So, you know, I'm delighted to get the opportunity to be here, and I just want to get started now.
You mentioned the manager. He was your captain when you first spoke for at Watford. So why were you so keen to work with him?
I know what his passion was like as a player. You know, I've seen him on the sidelines, so I know what his passion was like as a manager now as well. And you know, he's honest. You know, that's a key factor as well to have a manager that's honest, and you know, his desire, his will to work hard, and his hunger for the game is you know, second to none. So you know, that was a big factor for me. And like I say, I played with him at Watford, so I knew what he brought to a team. You know, I knew he'd go on and be a manager, and you know, when I got the call from him, I just knew where I wanted to be.
You've played for one of Italy's biggest clubs. You've already played for two of England's most historic clubs. You've now joined another one. So you've mentioned Everton's fan base and how impressed. From what you've seen at Goodison, what you've perhaps seen in recent years as well, how much are you looking forward to playing in the atmosphere and that fan base that you've mentioned?
I think that's one of the key things, the atmosphere there. You know, as an opposition player, you try and keep the fans quiet, but you know, it's a hard place to go to, and a hard fan base to try and keep quiet. And you know, being on the opposite side is difficult. So now having the fans behind you is a fantastic opportunity. I can't wait to hear them. Can't wait to step out of Goodison Park.
You've achieved a lot in a really successful career. But only last season, I think, you know, your abilities were evident. Your tackle success was among the top 3% across Europe's top 5 leagues. So does that highlight the kind of qualities you're bringing to this Everton team?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of qualities that I can bring to this team, to the squad. I think that's why the club went out their way to try and sign me. You know, like I said, that I just want to get down to work and show the qualities I've got. You know, I've been around for a long time now. You know, I didn't know I was going to play as much as I did last season, but I know how fit I am. I've always said age is just a number for me, and you know, I can play as many games as the manager calls upon me. I'm always ready, always fit, and I'm ready to go.
You're 15th for all-time Premier League assists as well with 71. I appreciate a good chunk of them would have been in your days as a winger, but does that show that side of your game as well as your clear defensive strengths as well?
Yeah, I think it does. You know, I think I spoke to someone the other day, and I think the only position I played is goalkeeper, which I'm sure Picks can stay there because I'm not really looking to go and goal. But you know, it's one of the things that nowadays you've got to be a versatile player. You play in all different positions. There's different formations that managers will pick, so you've got to be ready to play in them different positions. You know, like say 15th all-time assists. Hopefully, you know, I can get a few more and add to that.
You're a proven winner. You've won the Premier League, Serie A, Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup, and you've also been club captain of Manchester United as well. So do you hope to help to add that winning mentality and your leadership to this squad? Yeah, definitely.
I think that, you know, the leadership in itself is one of the things. As you know, you get older, you can have a youngster that's a leader, you can have an older statesman that's a leader. I say everyone's got an opinion, everyone's got a voice. If you know me, I've been around, I've played, I've been there, I've done it. If I can lend a voice to a younger player, you know, that's fantastic for me. But you know, like I say, when you go on that pitch, we know there's one captain, but there's 11 leaders. Everyone's on the pitch to do a job, and everyone's got a voice. So it's about helping each other out, having a good team spirit, and winning games.
You've said age is just a number. You've only recently just turned 38, but last season you played 29 Premier League matches. You started 23 for an Aston Villa side that ended up finished 7th in the table. So you mentioned about your fitness. Do you feel as good as ever?
Yeah, I do. I think that if anyone sees social media, you can tell how many times I go in the ice bath. That's like telling it to my best friend. So, like I say, I feel as fit as I ever have done. Even when I was younger, I feel fitter nowadays. So, it's about keeping your body right. You know yourself as a player, what you need to do to prepare for games. And like I say, the amount of games that I played last season, hopefully I can play that many, as if not even more than that. So, like I said, as whenever the manager calls upon me, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be fit and ready to go.
And you're joining up with the squad relatively early into the pre-season, so do you feel ready to join in with, if the manager decides as well to play in the pre-season friendlies?
Yeah, of course. Obviously I've not trained yet, but as a player, you keep yourself fit over before you get back to pre-season. And pre-season is about getting your fitness back. So I just want to get into training and, like I say, just get started. So it's always nice to be able to get on tour and get the feel of the players, get the feel of the staff, and embed yourself into the squad.
As well as the manager, I believe you know quite a few of the players in the squad. Jordan Pickford one, he was your starting teammate in the England team that got to the 2018 World Cup semi-finals. So will that help the settling in period, that a few familiar faces? Yeah,
of course. I think that, like I say, when you get to my age, you start to know a lot of players. So it's always vitally important to know a few people, a few players, and like I say, I played with Picks during the World Cup. There's quite a few others that we played with as well. So it's obviously nice to know players and be able to settle in straight away.
You've spoken about your versatility in your career. I think it is a fact that you've played every position other than goalkeeper. So some Evertonians will remember you as the winger that scored a last-minute winner at Goodison to break our hearts at a big league game at the time. But you've gone on to become a top defender for two of Europe's biggest clubs. So what is it that you love about defending this? You've been able to make that transition?
I think it's one of them things, like I said, that being versatile. A lot of managers will change formations and rely on players to play in different positions. As time's gone on, I've played as a wing back, whether that be right or left. Play as a right back, play as a left back. Wherever a manager calls upon me, I know I can go and do a job at a high level as well. So, like I say, that you have to work on things, and things won't come straight away when you play in different positions. But as long as you're working on it, you can work on it in training. You can get yourself better and better. And I think it's the understanding, having a good footballing brain to know what positions to play and where to be. I think I've got that, so I can use that and then use my talent as well.
Just going back to the manager, when he was your captain at Watford, when you were breaking through as a teenager, looking back, did you know then that he had the qualities to go on to become the top class manager that he has become? Yeah,
he did. He was a leader from day one that he joined the club. From the time he was the captain there, he was fantastic. He was hard, but he was fair. I've always looked back and said that playing in the same team as him, coming up as a youngster, it was tough, but and he made you work. But you get the benefits, and you look back now, as I do, and think he helped me massively in my starting out in my career. So I'm thankful for him, and like you said, you can tell when someone's a leader around the dressing room where they're going to go on, if they can go into management, and you can see that from day one.
And he's clearly a fan of your talents. He tried to sign you before, so that must mean a lot to you that he has such faith in your abilities.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, he did try and sign me before, so I've always known of the interest, and again, he's tried to sign me in this time round. We got it done, and I'm delighted to be here. And
now you're in that blue shirt, looking forward to getting it back on for real, and Goodison, the opening day of the season, and just get going as an Evertonian.
Definitely. I can't wait for the season to start. Can't wait for training to start. Walking out of Goodison Park is going to be an unbelievable feeling, and to hear the fans behind you is going to be incredible.